Já. Heyrðu, hvað viljum við nú gera? Var ég ekki með eitthvað hérna? Já. Ok. Sko, hvað vilt þú hafa uppi? Já. Svona. Og við erum með projektor ætlum við nú að búa til, sko. Den er blá, þú veist. Já. Þess að hérna. Ég get bara, jú, ég get nú. Okay, wow. I will check the volume. Is it, now it's not on at all? Or is it okay? Heyriðu líka þarna, aftast? Ekki mikið? Að gera einu meira? Svona? Okay. Today I will introduce assignment 4, and we start by introducing the company that is providing the case for you to do formal user testing on. And they have been participating or cooperating with me in defining the assignment. So here today, Ragnheiður Ýr is with us, and she's going to introduce the case for you. She was a student at Reykjavík University, had her BS when? In 2004 from Reykjavík University. And she was one of my excellent students. Yeah, doing projects on web development at that time, comparing websites and so on. So we have both had a cooperation in here at Reykjavík University, but also we are friends. So please welcome Ragnheiður. Hello, hello. Can you hear me all? Okay. Okay, it's very nice being here with you, and we are very excited about this usability test you are gonna do for us on our website.
I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the company, and then I'm gonna show you the task or the project you will be doing, and show you how to solve the task. And it is kind of maybe twofold. You will be asking some tourists to do task, but you also need to do some task on your own on our website. And we think it is very good that you do that before you ask the tourist to do it, so that you are have learned about the website and know how it works. But if I start by telling you a little bit about the company, it is called Tripcreator, and the website is tripcreator.com. Have you heard anything already about this project? Have you been into the website or taken a look at anything, or no? Okay. What we do is that this is a website mainly for travelers coming to Iceland, and they can come in there, tell us when they will be in Iceland, what their interests are, and we create a trip for them or suggest a trip. We suggest hotels, we suggest cars, we suggest what they can see, like Gullfoss-Geysir, Bláa Lónið, and so on. And they can throw items out, add some other items in, and when they are satisfied, they can go to checkout and book everything in one place, instead of having to find a car and book it on this website, find hotels on some other website, and then maybe find some trips. Maybe they want to go caving or walking on the glacier or something else, and then they would need to go to different places to find all this. But on our side, they can do this all in one place. And this is our website, and this is about us. So I'm gonna show you first the team. We are 6 working here in Iceland, and then we have 4 developers which are in Lithuania. And the founder is Hilmar Halldórsson. He is the CEO. He first had this idea in 2008. And he wanted to, or started thinking that it would be nice to have a website mainly for golfers, people who like to play golf, that they could come here and he wanted to create a page where everything was kind of organized for them. But it is a very complicated algorithm to do all this, to kind of combine all this together. So he started and kind of drew everything up and so on, but it was too complicated, so it did not happen then. In year 2012, he went to what in Icelandic is called klakið. It's for like startup companies or people who have ideas. And then he was working with this idea, and in year 2013 he got the first investor, and in year 2014 some more investors. So now we are working there, how many? 10 people working there now. So if I just start showing you what this trip and what this all is mainly about. This is the page you see when you just enter tripcreator.com. And you don't have to enter anything if you You can just start by creating a trip. And then we have just some default arrival and departure time. It's about a week from now, and for about a week or 5 days or something like that. And we have it for one adult, and the interest is just best of Iceland. And then we have, behind the scenes, we have kind of ranked all items or everything that can be seen in Iceland. We have ranked it. So it was often kind of just what is most interesting to see in Iceland. What would you say? Like if tourists are coming, what would they need to see? The nature, yeah, okay. So what would you rank the highest? Like what items, exact items is it that the tourists must see when they come? Volcanoes, glaciers, yeah, okay. Fjords, okay, yeah, okay. So we tried to like write about all what we found of interest in Iceland, and then rank it. And like maybe the most common places people come and see, it's like Gullfoss, Geysir, the Blue Lagoon, and so on. And then those things which we found that everybody should see, they were ranked very high. So like people, if they only have 2 days, they will maybe only have time to see those highest ranked items. And then if they have more time, they can also see some lower ranked items. Have you also taken a look at the task? It has already been entered on the web. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah. If you like to have it in front of you, it might be helpful because then you maybe know better what I'm doing. These are 7 or 8, 7 tasks which we want you to ask tourists to do. And on our website, and then of course write down everything they are in trouble with, and we want to know kind of everything. What was easy, what was difficult, how can we make the website more user-friendly so the tourists can use it. Because we see that like the bounce rate is very high. It means that people come in here and then they go out again. And we don't know why that is. Is it because they have no idea what to do, or is it ugly, or what is it? So it would be very nice if you can get the people kind of speaking out loud so you know what they are thinking. And what we have been doing, we have just been testing this on friends and families and so on. But we have also had like user test on the web. It is free, and it's a company somewhere abroad, and you can kind of buy or get for free. I think it's like 3 short user tests each month, and we have had that, and then we see that people, some of them, they have no idea what to do when they come in there, and it depends a little bit on maybe how used to computers they are. But do you think you would have problems knowing what to do when you enter like a page like this? No, yeah, okay. what we did was that we entered, like if you scroll down the page here a little bit, we created this, like telling people how to start. But I don't know if people are really reading it or looking at it. But it would also be nice to hear if people are looking at it like that. What we also did was creating like pre-made trips. So if people don't know or can't think of to create their own trip, they can maybe go a little bit down here, and then we have created different trips here: Iceland adventure, family fun, romantic Iceland, and so on. And these trips occur on different time of the year, and the duration can be from a weekend until or up to like a 2-week trip. So you can also take a look at those places. But if we just start by looking at or solving the first task, it is the first task you will be asking the tourist to do is, you are interested in planning a trip for a week travel in Iceland in July for 2 adults. Arrival date 15th of July at 10:20 and departure date 22nd of July at 17:40. So, and I'm going to show you now how to solve this. And on the web page, you find a document which is called like a happy path. And there, I can tell you. So this is a project, assignment 4 in my school. There's one document there called the happy path. And in that document, you have the tasks, and then you have like a description of what is the best, like easiest way to solve the task. Okay? And she's going to show it now to you, but you could have it in front of you if you like.
But this is not flights to Iceland.
No, heyr allt svona há. Okay, it's the question if you are able to buy a flight to Iceland. It is not possible as it is now, but it is something we plan to add. So what it is like a self-drive trip. So we find a car for you after you come to Iceland, and we find hotel for you. What we have plans about is also to add like flights to and from the country, and also that you will be able to, like, if you are in Reykjavik and you want to fly to Akureyri and maybe get a new car there instead of always having to drive. And so we also want to add the domestic flights to this site. We also want to add the ferries. So like we cannot plan like a trip to Vestmannaeyjar or to Grímsey or something like that because we have not added the ferries. And like we always start in Keflavik because they're the main part of the tourists. They come through Keflavik, but we also want to be able to like start in Seyðisfjörður if people are coming with Norræna, or some come also fly to Akureyri and so on. So it is kind of in the pipelines, but it is not like that now. It is only self-drive, and starting from Keflavik. But we also have some trips in there. So even though you have rented a car, you can also take like a trip to Landmannalaugar, a day trip, or a trip to, if you don't want to drive self, like to Jökulsárlón and take a glacial walk or something like that. You can also do that, and then you just leave your car at the hotel. meanwhile. Okay, so here I'm adding the arrival date, and then the departure date is the 22nd of July at 17:40. Okay, and it was for 2 adults, so I need to add that here. Here I can also add if there are children and if I want more rooms, and here is the budget level. If I want to add some interests, I add that here, and in this you can ask the people if they want to add some interests or not. So let's say that I want to add, like, I want to go take the ring road or go to northern part or whatever. So if I, for example, would like to take the ring road, I can take here like the ring road highlights, and then that is added here, and then I just create the trip. Okay, but you can sign up here if you like, but if you don't want to do that, you just click here, continue without an account. And this algorithm is called the NOTH algorithm. And it is kind of like ants, which are collecting points. And we create a couple of thousand of plans, and then the plan which get the highest points is chosen and shown. And sometimes we see that those plans, they can be a little bit stupid. So sometimes we see that we are driving a little bit back and forth, not like we would plan it if we were planning it manually. And that is what we are always trying to kind of improve the algorithm and come up with some good plans which people really want to follow. What you see here is like 4 different flipper. What's that called? Yeah, 4 different or views of the trip. So in this main view, which is called your trip, you can scroll down and then you see everything, and you will see here highlights of your self-drive trip to Iceland, and then based on what you have written as your interest, it will come here on the top. If you scroll down, you can see here day 1, and then it is the car we have chosen. If you want to have a different car, you just press here and choose a different car. And then the hotel we have found for you is Hotel Kanslarinn in Hella. And what we suggest you to do this first day, the Álafoss area, Reykjavík Summit helicopter tour, and the Pearl. And if you were to do this again, you will not get the exact same trip. There will also be created a couple of thousand of ideas, and you will have a different trip with other hotel, maybe some similarities, but not the same. Yeah, and if you scroll down, you can see each day here. On day 2, we go to this hotel, and we will be seeing this. And if you want to read or get some more information about each item, you just click on it here, and then you can view some more pictures. And you can also read more about it and see exactly where it is. And like if you don't want to have it, you can just throw it away or add something else, but we will come to that a little bit later. So and as you were asking about the flight, so you can if you need a flight, you can click here, and then we just take you to the DoHop page. So we assist you in finding flights, but it is not booked through us, and we don't get any commission of that. Our salaries will come from selling those trips. So we live from that people buy through our page, and we get commission of everything that is sold. So therefore, we really need to have this easy, so people can really find their way to do this. So this was the first task, just being able to create this trip. And if you have any questions, please ask as we are doing this. Okay. Item number 2. You are interested in the suggested route on day 3. Please take a look at the route for that day in your plan. And as I showed you, there are 4 different views here. And to take a look at the route on day 3, people can, of course, kind of just go here and see day 3 and see, okay, we are going to do this. But what we really mean is, or what is the happy path, is to go to the map view to really see what way am I driving, what am I doing on day 3. And you can see that it opens up on day 1. So this is day 1. They land here. They go here to the Álafoss area and take a helicopter tour, visit the Pearl, and then they drive all the way to Hotel Kanslaren, which is here. And on day 2, they drive further. They go up here, drive further here along the south coast. And what we would like the people to do in this case was to find day 3 here and take a look at this. And we also, you can see here on the bottom, that you can play each day. Yeah. No, yeah, just to continue where he finished. Yeah. So it's kind of, yeah, you create the trip and then you always work with the same trip and continue. Yeah, good question. Okay, so what we would like here is to see if the user can find this view, because what we have seen in the usability tests, which we have done on the web, that many people, they are just in the first view and have no idea that they can also view this trip in other kind of views, that they can see actually a map where they will be driving and what they will be doing. And you can see here is the hotel, and then you can see the numbers. So 1 is what you will be doing first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we would also like to know if people see this, if it is clear to people that they can actually press this button here, and then the tour is played. You can see where it is, and you can kind of see what you are doing. Okay. Waterfall. Yeah. Okay. Do you think you would have noticed this? No. Oh. I don't. I think we have got maybe 15 user tests, and nobody has seen it. So so it will be interesting to see. Okay. So say again. Yeah, it has been just like this all the time. Yeah. Okay, so this is what we mean by task 2, that the user views it. Then number 3, er ég á góðum tíma eða, já, okay. Number 3, you want to change the suggested hotel on day 4 and would like to choose another hotel closer to Reykjavik then. Then it is maybe it depends a little bit on the trip if it should be closer to Reykjavik or not, and you can kind of maybe assist the user. And there are a couple of ways to change the hotel. One is to be on your trip page, and then you can scroll down and find day number 4. You can see here day number 4, and the hotel here is Cliff Hostel in Djúpivogur. And if I want to change it, I just press here change hotel, and then we search for alternatives. And you can see here on the left side that you can choose here the filter. So it's like driving time from current hotel is 27 minutes now. And because there are not so many hotels right in this place, you don't see so many hotels. But if you would be in Reykjavik, you would see maybe 100 hotels or something like that. But if we increase the time here, you see some more dots. And then you can just click on them here and see different hotels. And you can see here that the cost is 104 euros for one night. And here you can also filter how much you want the price to be. Okay. And so what we want the user to do, we wanted him to find another hotel which is a little bit closer to Reykjavik. So maybe he would find this one here, and you need to press details to go into the accommodation, take a look at it, and then you scroll down a little bit and you press here, select this accommodation. Okay, and then when we go back to the main page here, you can see that Cliff Hostel is no longer here, but this new accommodation, Guesthouse Hvammur. This is what I call the happy path. It is also possible when we are in the hotel here. To choose the room, instead of choosing select this accommodation, you can already book the room, and then the accommodation is chosen already. What is also possible to do is what I call here alternative path. It is to be in this view here, which is called calendar view. Then you see it kind of like a calendar, and then you see like day 1, it is here you land and go to Hotel Kanslarin. Then on day 2 you do this, day 3, day 4, and so on. And here on the top of this calendar, you see all the hotels. So you can also go to day 4 and choose here, or rather to be here on day 4 and choose change here, and then you go into the same view. So the people, they can they can choose either to be in your trip view or calendar view to do this. Actually, they they can choose those two. Okay. Any questions about this task? It's okay. Okay, task number 4. You would like to relax on day 5 and not have anything planned then. Please remove all suggested items on day 5. The easiest way to take away items is to be in this view, in the calendar view. And then you can find day 5. You can see day 5 is here. And you just take each item and just take it away here by pressing the X. If you want to undo any changes, you can press the undo here, and then it is returned here, and you can always also see what you have thrown out by pressing the stash here, and you can add it back to the trip. So this is what we would like the people to do in task number 4. Okay. Alternative path to this is to be, let's say we still have here 2 items on day 5. It is to be in map view and find here day number 5. And there you also see everything you will be doing, and you can see you have like remove here. So you can press remove, but yeah, okay. So you can also do it like this, yeah. Okay, so these are the main two ways to do it. And now you can see it that still you are not going to do anything on the way, but still you need to drive this way if you are gonna follow the plan. Okay, item number 5 is still you would like to add something to do this day. Add the Pearl in Reykjavik or another item closer by which you are interested in to the trip on day 5. And like in this case where we are driving like far northeast, it would not be very wise to add the Pearl. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the trip updates kind of, it is all removed, but would you like to recalculate the whole trip and stay in the same hotel for? Yeah. Maybe we kind of don't know. Like if you don't want to drive all the way to Akureyri in this day, you really want to relax here, then you can change the hotel there and change it to this hotel, and then you will be there. But that means because you are like this trip, you are gonna take the ring road in a week, and you need to drive pretty far each day just to make it. So our algorithm is that we are not recalculating everything if you change something like this. So if you would like to change it totally, you can like change the hotel and stay here, and then the day after you would need to drive this way and then do the next thing and so on. Yeah. But if if you would like to change it totally, you can always just create a new trip or new plan. And sometimes we are also getting like feedback from people, and some people, they want to have everything recalculated, while others want to change something but still want to hold everything. And so it can be a little bit different what people want to do. So our approach is that we have created this plan. You can move it around as you like, but we don't recalculate it unless you just create a totally new trip. Okay. So this was, item number 5 is still you would like to add something at the Pearl or something else. And because we are very far from Reykjavik, it would not be very wise to add the Pearl, even though we could do that. So we can just add something which is close by. The easiest way to add something is also to be in the calendar view and then just press add here. Okay. And then I get a list of items which are close by. And it is on the list or in the pipelines to have this with the same view as when you're choosing hotels, so that you can see like a dot for everything. But as it is now, we just get first those 5 items, and then if I press next here, I get some other 5 items, and then I can continue like this. So what we would like the people to do here is just to find this add button, find something here they find of interest. Their hotel is here close by, so maybe they want to have the soul of Seyðisfjörður, and then they just press like here add to trip, and then they have added this to the trip. So they can either add some place to see, or a trip or some activity to do. Another way to do this, if they are not here, is to be in your trip view, find day number 5, and as I have taken all activities away, then we have this button here which is add activity, and then you go into the same view. So you can find something, add it, and then it has been added to the trip. Okay. So this was task number 5. Task number 6 is, now your plans have changed, so you will delay the trip by 2 days, or please make following changes to your trip. Arrive on the 17th of July instead of the 15th, leave the 24th, and a 6-year-old daughter to your sister will be traveling with you. The easiest way to do this is to be in your trip view, and on top here, it is possible to for every trip I create, I can name it, so I can view my trips and have a couple of them. And here I see details about this trip, and if I want to change it, I press change here. this is maybe not very clear, so we find it very interesting also to know if people can find how to do this. So you want to move the arrival date from the 15th till the 17th, and because we are not recalculating or kind of recreating the whole trip, people want to have it as it was. So if it was 7 days, we can only move it, so it will still be 7 days. You cannot move from or change from 7 days to 8 days. So we move it like this, and then we also want to change the arrival and departure time, and then we press the other button here, arrival and departure time. So you will be coming at 9:30, and you will be leaving at 20. And then we press travelers because we will be adding one child to the trip, and it is a 6-year-old daughter, and so we add the age of the child here. Yeah, okay. So this is what we would like the people to do. I think they are working on the page, so I cannot see those changes I made. But the main thing is to see that the people can find and know how to do this.
I noticed when you were inserting the arrival date and time.
Yeah, I didn't press save. Yeah, no, you need to do that. Yeah, yeah. So that was, yeah, I think that was the error, at least that it wasn't shown, but they should have shown that the traveler, because I saved that. Yeah, yeah. So you need to save on each tab. Okay. This was task number 6. And then the last task. Okay. Let's see, something has went wrong because the trip is free now. Okay. No, okay, here it is. Okay. The last task is, let's pretend that you are going to buy the whole trip. And then the tourist need to answer 2 questions. What is the price of the trip in your currency? It is just to see if they notice this currency converter here. So let's say they are in euros. They would view it in euros and tell you that it costs this here. And then what is the price in Icelandic kronas? And then they should check this here. And then please pretend that you are going to buy the trip. We will tell you when you don't need to do more. You can also stop this task when you think it is getting inconvenient. So to buy the trip, you just press here, book now, and you can actually be in every view you want. And then you see the car and all the tours you have chosen, the helicopter tour, whale watching, and so on. So to book cars and activities, you press this button, and to book the hotels, you press here. So the tourist can choose either to press here or to book a hotel. And they don't need to go any further than that. You don't they don't have to sign in for us or enter any details about themselves. So it's just that they can change the currency and find this button, book now. Yeah. Yeah. No. It is also in the pipelines to make this better, because what is also very inconvenient here is that you need to book each hotel separately. You go to booking.com, you enter the information, and then you go back, and then you need to press again, book now, go in, find number 2 hotel, and so on. So actually that is priority number 1 to make the checkout better. We want to have it like that you just press one button and there you buy car, activities and hotels at once. But this is problem with like the credit card information, because we are buying or paying car and activity through Bókun, and we are paying the hotels through booking.com, and this has also to do with PCI compliance, so we are not allowed to store the credit card information, so we need to send it like 2 places and so on, so it is kind of that problem. But we are looking at that, and our first the first task which we will do is to be able to book all the hotels at once, because otherwise it's very silly, people find it very bothersome. And then number 2, to be able to book everything just by one click. Yeah, just to stop, just so they know, and I don't think they don't feel comfortable adding any information or something like that. So it's just that they find this book now and know, okay, we just need to press this button. Okay. Yeah, these are all the tasks which you will ask the tourists to do. Do you have any questions or comments regarding this? Do you think? Yeah, first, do you have any questions? Yeah, we have found like 4 or 5 places, and we have talked to the people there. It is like BSC Kynnisferðir, Hotel Plaza, Hilton, Höfuðborgarstofa, and Grand Hotel. And we will set up different slots, so you can decide to which place you want to go and at which time. And then you need to ask the people, the tourists, if they want to join in this survey or this usability test, and sit down with them and make the test. Then you are in, you know. Yeah, just a question. Yeah, well, if you really tried, then you have tried all your charm and it's not working still. I mean, you can go and find some of your friends or family, mother or something to do it, but I think it will be much more realistic if you're able to find tourists. And I think I don't think it will be so hard, because what I have seen, I have also been working as a guide here for a couple of summers, that they do like to speak two natives, and they are interested in doing things like that. And like the weather has been now, people, they have been kind of stuck, not able to go anywhere. So you can maybe find a day where the weather is rather bad, and then people like having something like this to do. But of course, if you run into big problems, you can just find somebody you think is good to do this test on. Like a cup of coffee or something like that, or yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, it's a yeah. Actually, it's a very good question. So I can ask Hilmar if it would be possible. Maybe just some souvenir or a cup of coffee or something. Yeah, would be nice. It's true. Okay.
And the dates for this, it's next week.
Yeah.
You have asked
Yeah, I have asked the people those places if you are allowed to come Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week, 9th, 10th, or 11th of March. So Marta, we will set up the slots, and so you will be able to put your names on when it suits you to do this. So I have now gone through what we want you to do with the tourists. There are also some questions or some tasks that we want you to do. And they are maybe a little bit, well, I don't know if they are more complicated or not, but we did not want to have this too long. So this might take maybe half an hour or so, but we would still like to get more feedback. Is it complicated, like to change a car, to move an item from one day to another, and so on? So there are some tasks which you are supposed to do, and so I'm not going to show you how to do that, because we want to hear from you. Was it easy to do this, or was it complicated? And we want very much to hear all comments from you, like if you tell us it would be easier if it could be done like this or something else. So you can see those tasks on the
it's the document called the
expert review.
Starts with a 0. So the documents are numbered, and the 0 one is the expert review, and then from 1 to 5, I think, is all for the test with the users, or with the tourists.
Mm.
No, in my school. But there's one document there called Project 4, and that describes all the deliverables that you have to do. Yeah, but I will tell you more about the process later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
It's just picking up this.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I think it would be very wise for you to before you go and ask the tourist to do this task or those tasks, that you have finished what you are supposed to do on the web, because then you will learn more about it and are more fluent, and then it will be easier to do the test on the tourists. Okay.
You offered that you could come next month?
Yeah. Next Monday, the 9th of March, I will be here. It is at the same time. So I will be here if you have any questions, but please send email to Marta if you would like to meet me here to ask something. If everything is clear and you just want to go out and find some tourists and make this usability test, you can also just do that. But if you have any questions, send email to Marta and I will be here on Monday.
No, only this question and answer session next Monday. And Wednesday, the next Wednesday there will be a lecture in 2 days. But the Wednesday again.
The 11th of March.
11th of March.
Mm.
There will be no lecture. So then you can also do it. No.
Yeah. So actually you can use this time for the 2 lectures if you like to go out to those one of those 5 places. We will set up the slots in those lecture slots, but also some other time if it doesn't suit you to go this time.
No, we haven't done the slots yet. That is the
Yeah.
only thing that. But
Yeah.
it will come tomorrow or Wednesday.
Tomorrow or Wednesday, we will set that in. Yep. There, you will get a table where you can sit down with the tourist. It is like, second. Yeah. And we would very much like to have like a video of this. Yeah. So if it is possible for you to video at least one of the user, yeah, screen recording. No, not the user, but what he is doing and how it is going and so on. It would be very great. Okay. But maybe one last question. What is kind of your impression of seeing this web? Is it something you like or you find complicated, or what do you think? One go? But as it is now, you would not use it. Book it yourself. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. To check the events better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you would like rather have the events on the top of the page. Yeah. 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 No. But you can create a trip and then just throw everything out. But and what I you can change hotel, but like if you're staying there for 2 nights and you want to change it down to 1, you cannot do that. You like if you are staying in a hotel for 2 nights, you can change the hotel, but in this new hotel you will be staying for 2 nights still. But that is also something we are working on changing, that you will be able to just select how long you will stay each place and so on. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have that in yet, but what we have in there is all activities which are in Bókun. We have connected to them, and we also have like only the hotels which are in booking.com. We don't have hotels which are outside of that. I think they are adding like ferðaþjónusta bænda. So but they don't have anything else. But I think we don't have those activities because they are not in Bókun. But if they would be in Bókun, we would be able to offer them. Okay. Any other questions you have right now or comments? It is one user for everybody, for each one in the group. So if you're 3 in the group, you need to test three people, 3 tourists. Okay, great.
Okay, hello. Viljið þið það? Viljið þið pásu smá eða á ég var að hugsa svona 20 mínútur fyrir bara að útskýra hvað væri í verkefninu. Kannski kortir 20 mínútur. Er það ekki bara? Okay. Heyrið þið þarna aftast? Yep, okay. Okay, so what I would like to do now is just to show you the documents for the project. So you have assignment 4 here, and it's best for you to check this one first, project 4. This is a typical description like all of them have been. You know, you have the procedure, what to do, and there, like Ragnhildur said, it's sort of twofold. You have the expert review, and so you're supposed to conduct an expert review, and then you're supposed to conduct a formal usability test. So for the expert review, each of you have to do the review individually first, and then you summarize the results. And for the expert review, you have this document describing what to do there. So you have tasks, and each student in the group is supposed to do this individually by themselves, and rate if it's hard or easy, and write the comments. And then when all of you have done that, you will gather and summarize the results. And what is very good for you is to do this before you do the formal usability testing. So do this this week. So I did put it here. All expert reviews are conducted on the 9th of March. Yeah. Okay, so this was for the expert review. You have a document there supporting you. You should do it first individually, then gather and summarize the results. There's another thing here that you're supposed to describe the expert reviews with the Rames framework, and I will explain the Rames framework next Wednesday. It is for supporting how to describe evaluation. Then the formal usability tests. You've used the same framework for describing it, or describe the plan. And then you're supposed to run one pilot test, because there are many documents that you need to use. So let's look at those now. You have a pre-questionnaire. So here this is the first thing you do with a tourist, that you ask the tourist to read this and to answer these questions. So you have to gather this for all the tourists. So if you're like 3 in the group, you will get 3 of these, and then to deliver it in, you should scan it and put it in my school. If you can't do that, you can deliver it to me on paper. So that was the first thing. Ask them to read this and then answer the questions. The next thing that the tourists will do is to do you have the tasks. So you ask them to do 1 task each time. So first you ask them to do the first task, and it's good to cut it with the lines. So you have just like these small pieces of paper, like we did for travel weather. And you just ask them, you give them 1 task each time, and you also ask them to think aloud. Yeah, we should actually put that in the instruction. So I have to add one more thing to this here. Okay, so these are the tasks. And what you also have is the happy path. So you should know, and this is what Ragnhild was showing you. So you have a document on how to solve the tasks. Yeah. Okay. So up. Oh, look at it. I did close. Okay. Yeah. So we had the tasks. We had the happy path. When they have solved the tasks, you have another questionnaire that you will ask them to fill in. So this is the questionnaire that they should fill in after they have done everything in the, solved all the tasks. And this is similar to what you did for the RU web here. It was 1 individual assignment for doing this. Okay. And then the last thing you have to do is to interview them. So you have questions you're supposed to ask them about. There are 3 questions. Okay. So you can see there are a lot of, yeah, and there are a lot of documents. And I discovered I forgot to give you one document. So I will just add it just now. Oh. Okay, I will, I can't do it. I don't have access to it. Okay, so we will look at that. Yeah, there were so many documents that I forgot to add it, but I will show that to you on Wednesday. But it is an Excel sheet for you to gather the data, to write the time of how long time it takes to solve each task for each user, to write if they did solve the task or not, if they completed or not, to write the issues you experience, and so on. So we have actually planned the whole user test for you. You're supposed to conduct it and then interpret the results. But I will add the Excel sheet right later on today. So there are two documents that we need to, you still need to have the Excel sheet and the document for this, scheduling the user tests. Reserve a slot, the place and time for doing the user testing. So this is, these are, I've shown you all the documents now. And you see, this was the procedure. You should do one pilot test to practice all this, you know, and you could do that within the group. So one is acting as the user, and you like rehearse. First we ask them to do this, and then we have the tasks and the post questionnaire and the interview, and you just run this. Yeah, right. Yeah, it would be also good to find a friend. Yep. Okay. You should sign up. You ask some tourists to do this. Yeah, and the Excel document provide this is not there, but I will put it in today. We will also ask you to suggest some changes. So tell, you know, make a list of the changes that you would like to see on the website after seeing how the tourists use this. And there is a sheet in the Excel document to do that. And you should keep track of the time like you have done for the 3 other assignments. And then we also ask you, or I ask you to tell me what did you think about these testing, and tell me about the expert review and user testing. How was it to conduct it, and what was positive? How, you know, what is your opinion about these evaluations? So it's a bit more complicated maybe than the other assignments, but it's also 20%. So I did make a list here of the deliverables. There will be, yeah, you could scan the documents for the expert review. You could scan the questionnaires, the background questionnaires from the user testing and the post questionnaires. You should fill in the Excel file, deliver in one video, and you have a prioritized list of the changed recommendations. And then you have a Word document describing the other things. So these are the things there. The summary of the expert review, and maybe the individual one if you don't want to scan it. The RAMES framework usage, and the summary of the experience of using these evaluation methods. And you will be asked to present the results here during class in 2 weeks. So there will be 7 groups that present on the 18th of March, and no, 16th, and 7 on the 18th. And I will ask you also to deliver in or hand in the slides for the presentation. And here's a list of what should be on the slides. You only have 8 minutes for the presentation, so you have to, it has to be run rather smoothly. It wasn't that much problem having 8 minutes for the other one, so I think this will be okay. Okay, and you have the grading there. Of course, you can send me email if there's something. Is there something that you would like to ask about now? Yeah. Yeah, that is what we will discuss Wednesday. I will teach you. Yeah. Yes. 26 minutes and 38 seconds. Yeah. What would you say, Ragnar? It was me, so that's why I was joking. But I have never used this before, So, you know, I'm just like a average user. What? Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, but not using this. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but you will. Okay, so in the pilot, this is why pilot is really important, because if you see the pilot takes like more than 1 hour, we would have to decide which tasks to drop. You know, so actually, if you have done the pilot on Monday too, it would be very good, because then you could discuss with Ragnhildur which task to drop and so on. So there will be a question and answer section next Monday on this. Yep. Anything else? Isn't it exciting to do this? I think it will be nice for you to do this, because you've been thinking about tourists all the time. So it is like a follow-up of your or your assignments. Okay, thank you for attending today, and see you Wednesday.